So, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. As we've discussed, I just wanted to have a catch up with you guys about your experience at the North East Contact Centre Awards, and go through sort of your experiences running up to and at. And I think both of you would be more than inclined to give us some information on that, so that would be fantastic. So, Blaise, we'll start with you. Can you tell me a little bit about you and what your role in the organisation is, please?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I'm Blaise. I'm a customer experience coach and I work for a company called BJLI. We deal specifically with motor and home insurance, and I work in the claims department. Worked here for nearly 7 years now. And yeah, I mean, I love it for a start. I'm really passionate about developing myself and others just to get the best out of themselves.
Okay, amazing. So you say you worked there for 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
And has your role always been within that one department, or?
No, so I started as a customer experience representative. So I worked in the telephony side right at the beginning, and I've progressed through the company through in our web chat department. I've worked in our ambassador job role, which deals specifically with helping people with, you know, KPI support, and then I've progressed into the coach role.
Okay, amazing. So what inspired you to make an entry for North East Contact Centre Awards last year?
So I was really fortunate to be nominated. I didn't actually put the nomination forward myself, so I couldn't answer that specifically on the making an entry, but I would say that it is a fantastic opportunity to recognise the amazing work that your colleagues do to help your organisation or even the wider community, because there's nominations in there normally which recognise the work that people do in the community. So yeah, I would say it's a fantastic opportunity to recognise that.
Definitely agree. So, okay, obviously you weren't writing the nominations for yourself, clearly, but you were nominated. So tell me how it felt when you found out that you had been shortlisted.
Oh, wow. When I found out I was shortlisted, I was ecstatic. You know, the North East Contact Centre Awards, they're massive here in the North East. So to be in with a chance of winning the award was amazing. To be recognised, it gave us a real great sense of pride, to think that, you know, someone was recognising me for the hard work that I'd put in to achieve my apprenticeship, because that was my specific category. My company specifically are really honoured to have nominees and winners in the past amongst us, and they really celebrate that. So I felt like I was part of like something massive in the company. So yeah, to say I was ecstatic was an understatement.
Amazing. And Lauren, what was it that stood out to you and the judges about Blaise and obviously what she's done to award her the position?
Yeah, I mean, it was really strong categories, I think, of all the ones that I judged this year. But I think from Blaise's point in particular, I mean, we're seeing it now, it's the passion that I think she's got for not only the company that she works for, but the role and the contribution. Because I think you kind of look for two things, like the person, that's really, really important. Like, what does this person bring to the company and the role that they do? And then equally, what have they achieved? And I think going for the apprenticeship stuff that Blaise did was, I've got a day job and I do this stuff as well, and I think that's really what impressed us, because that's really tough and that shouldn't be underestimated, to be able to do that stuff as well as maintain not only your day job but a high performing day job at the same time is really hard. So we were really impressed by that, and we were blown away by the passion and enthusiasm that came across virtually as well, because obviously we couldn't do these things face to face.
Yeah, exactly that. Okay, amazing. So tell me about the judging process then. Who was involved? How long did it take? Was there much prep required on your part, Blaise, or was it?
Yeah, so I had two lovely women who interviewed me, Lauren being one of them, and they made me feel really relaxed. The interview itself for the judging, it felt really informal. It was almost like you were just chatting with colleagues around the things that you had done. So it really helped my nerves, because I really wanted to get across why I was worthy of the award itself, or even just the nomination. The process, it lasted about 30 minutes tops. And it seemed to fly over because we were just chatting really informally, and like I say, it was really, really nice to get that sort of relaxed feeling. To prepare for it, I think all I did was make sure that I had all the reasons why I was worthy as a winner in my head, in the first place, just revisiting the fact that, you know, why have you been nominated for this section? What makes you stand out? I did work with my senior manager who did nominate me, and we had a look over some key points of why he felt like I was worthy to be put forward for the nomination, and it just kind of resonated. Yeah, the things that I am thinking of, what I'm going to give as my examples, which helped me sort of build those answers. So it's definitely worth speaking to who's nominated you, or really revisiting the nomination prior to your interview with the judges, to prepare yourself with that. But yeah, I think the whole process itself was so relaxed, really chill, made it feel much better experience. It definitely wasn't an interview. I definitely felt like, you know, we were just chatting.
Right. Great. Okay, so you've obviously done all of that. You've went through the emotions and the judging and, you know, going through your nominations. But what did it feel about on the night? So, you know, you're at this awards evening, you're at the North East Contact Centre Awards. What was it like? How did you feel?
So unfortunately, at the time of the awards ceremony, I tested positive for COVID. It was the worst possible situation. I was devastated. It was like 2 days beforehand. And I was like, no, this couldn't happen at the worst time. I dodged it all that time. And then, you know, it was bound to happen. So I wasn't able to attend, but I was really thankfully given a link so I could watch the whole ceremony. And it's a bit cringe, but also at the same time, it was nice. My mum took my place instead because she also works for the company, and she accepted the award on my behalf. So it was really nice that I had someone to go up and get that. But I have been to Necker in the past, and it's such a fantastic evening. Like, I was gutted I couldn't get there, like really, really gutted. But yeah, it just so happened.
Oh God, what a nightmare.
I know.
Now you've mentioned it about your mum being up there and thinking it was really sweet, but at least willing to watch it, which is something then. So in terms of you sat at home with, I mean, were you okay? You weren't like super ill? You were right.
Yeah, I was fine. I just had the typical symptoms, just feeling sort of exhausted and cough and loss of sense of taste and smell, which was probably the worst thing because I love my food. So yeah, I wasn't necessarily dressed to the nines watching it. I was in my jammies, but I definitely still felt like I was part of it.
Good. So obviously you sat at home in your jammies on the sofa, but what did it feel like when your name got called out?
Yeah. I mean, even though I was sat at home and I was watching it, I had massive butterflies in my stomach and like tears in my eyes, and I was like shaking, and I felt like I was there. And when they called my name, I was overjoyed. I was just really like gutted that I couldn't get up. I mean, it's probably a blessing because I would have felt really nervous going on stage, but no, it felt really lovely to sort of be recognised and hear why the judges felt like I did deserve it. It was lovely.
So for you and your organisation and your team, what did that mean? What did that mean for you winning that award?
For me, it means a lot because I've getting that recognition. It really gives us, like I said before, a real sense of pride and achievement on the back of all the hard work that I've put in through the years, and specifically with the apprenticeship. But I think, like I was mentioning to Lauren and the other woman in the interview, because I am an older apprentice, for want of a better phrase, it's broken down any stereotypes around, what you can achieve and when in your career. It's not like you just can only do an apprenticeship because you are straight out of school, and that's, what apprentices are really looked at like. It was a massive talking point, specifically within my organisation, and it really got people talking about it and inspired people, and to put themselves forward for new projects, pushing themselves into new possibilities. So for me personally, it means a lot because it's recognition, but in terms of the organisation, it's really broke down that barrier to think, if we've got someone amongst us who's done it, why can I not do it? So yeah.
That's amazing. That's what you want. That's incredible. Okay, and I think this question's probably for both of you guys, you know, from different perspectives, of course, but what advice would you give to anyone considering making an entry this year?
Can I go first?
Go on, Blaise. Yeah, you go first. Yeah.
I would say go for it. You know, just 100% go for it, because, you know, as I mentioned, Northeast Contact Centre Awards are massive in the Northeast. It's a massive, you know, recognised award. So to be even nominated is an achievement in itself. To be shortlisted is fantastic, and to be a winner, it's, you know, amazing. So if you are considering, put it forward. You know, hearing all the nominations when I've been there in the past, even watched it, it gives you that, there's a massive, like, sort of, you know, I can see why this person stands out in the Northeast. So anyone who's considering it, give that person, like, you're thinking, it deserves that recognition, that extra view to everyone else, and show them off to the rest of the Northeast. It's a fantastic award ceremony.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, definitely echo everything you've just said, Blaise, to be honest. And that's definitely from a entrance perspective, like getting the recognition and credibility really amongst what's a massive industry up here. It's huge. It doesn't get much bigger. If you work in the Northeast and you're in the contact centre industry, you're normally at the hub of the activity that's going on up here. So that's huge in itself. But I think especially from a judge's perspective, we see such a wide variety of entrants, and nobody ever does the same thing. Even in the same categories, you never compare in the same role with the same role, which makes our job really hard.
Yeah.
So if I was to give advice based on that, you've really got to stand out as an individual. That's what we're looking for. Not necessarily, it is about what you do, and it's about the results that you drive, because you'd be surprised how many people forget the results bit about what it is they've achieved. But it's equally about that standing out. What personality do you bring? Where's the passion? Where's the enthusiasm? And I often sit there and think, would I want this person to be in my team? And if the answer is yes, then you stand in a really good chance. And I think that's would be my advice, that let it be you. Like, because I think Blaise made the good point of it felt quite informal. That was really intentional. I don't want somebody all sat there worrying, nervous, and not getting the best version of you. That's not the real version of you, is it? So I think if we can get a really natural conversation flowing between us, then we get to see you, and we get to see the person that everybody else sees every day. And that's really important. So yeah, that would probably be my advice.
Fantastic advice from both of you. So much. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, Blaise. Congratulations again. Are we going to be seeing you at this year's Contact Centre Awards?
Well, fingers crossed, because I think I deserve at least a seat there. At least I get the experience it, because my mum got my seat, so I want to see next year.
Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.